Hi guys, this is lesson 3 for violin and viola. The exciting thing is we get to actually play today with our bow and get to hear the strings and make our first squeaks and squawks and ugly noises. Although, who knows, maybe you'll even make some nice sounds too. We'll see. Before we start though, I want to talk to you about your practice place. Is there a good spot in your home to practice where you're not going to be bothered by other people so much? And another thing to think about is having a place to sit that's the right height. So some people have used the living room or the bedroom or kitchen or the front porch or back porch, all kinds of spaces. One of the most creative and actually one of the best, believe it or not, is the bathroom. Because there's a built-in seat there. You just put the seat cover on the toilet down and sit on that, and it might be exactly the right height. And the bathroom, you can hear yourself really well. It's a small room, but it doesn't bother the rest of the house maybe so much. So a crazy idea, but it actually works for some people. I want to talk about seat position, and so I'm going to move my body now. There, that's better. So your seat needs to be about high enough that if you sit with your knees straight forward, this part of your legs will be pretty straight, not leaning like way down or way up. So a seat that's the right height helps, and also a seat that you can stand up quickly from. Now, if you'll notice, with my chair, I'm not sitting at the back of my chair, I'm sitting on the front edge. And in fact, when we have orchestra at school, we play a game, and that is, while you're playing, I snap my fingers, and you have to stand up while you're playing, and then sit back down, and see who can do it the quickest. A good violin playing position is when your feet are kind of ready to stand up. And if the director ever said, stand up, I'd be ready to do it like right now. So can you find a place to practice where you can get your body in a good posture, a good seating position, and the seat is about the right height? It could be the couch, if you can sit on the front of your couch, but that might be too low. It could even be a strong box of some sort that you sit on. So see if you can arrange yourself a good practice place. All right, I'm going to come back.
Okay, so now it's going to be time to be using our arms, and you need to make sure you're mirroring me. So if I raise this hand, you raise your left hand, the one on this side. If I raise this hand, you raise your right hand, the one on that side. Okay? Don't think about what I'm actually doing, because if you start thinking about it too much, that will mess you up. Just be my mirror, okay? So that the violin is on the same side, or the bow is being held by the hand that's on this side.
I would like to sing while we do the bowing action on our arm. And I'm going to sing a very important song, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Start with your hand right here. Pretend this is rubbing the string. Ready, go. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Good job. Now notice my voice kept singing the note R as long as I was rubbing my arm. If I stopped, how I wonder what you are, the sound would stop. So on the last note of each phrase, I'd like you to rub a little slower and make sure you go all the way while I sing the note. Let's try it one more time. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Now, believe it or not, you can actually walk around the house sometime during the week or when no one's looking, and you can rub your arm, and it's practicing bowing, which is bending your elbow. It's the same action that you do when you're out here playing a violin. It bends the elbow. That's what the elbow is the main thing that moves your bow. So, let's try a different song. How about Happy Birthday? That's got some short and long notes in it. Ready, go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Henry. Happy birthday to you. How about the Imperial March from Star Wars? It goes bum, 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 ba bum, bum, ba bum. You know that one? Okay. For this bowing, it's got to be strong bowing. 1, 2, ready, go. Bum, 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 ba bum, bum, ba bum. Bum, 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 ba bum, bum, ba bum. Bum, 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 ba ba bum, bum, bum. I don't know the rest of it. Okay, that was good. Now, put your arm straight out. I'm going to scoot a little closer now. And we're instead going to bow across our arm like this. Okay? So it looks like I'm making a plus sign right here. Perpendicular. Let's see, let's name a song. How about The Itsy Bitsy Spider? 1, 2, ready, go. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Yeah. Now, I don't know what songs you could do this. You could pick 100 different songs during the day. And you don't even have to do it with your whole arm. You could do it with your fingers. You could have this be your violin and this be your bow. And you find yourself singing a tune sometime. You could go around the house practicing or walking on to school or whatever. You could be in the back of your car and doing this, and it actually turns you into a better musician. You'd be amazed. I'm going to do it with 5 Little Ducks. That's the little kid song. 5 little ducks went out one day. Now what's important to know is every syllable of every word is one bow stroke. 5 little ducks. So that till ducks had to move fast, huh? 5 little ducks went out one day. Okay, so you can exercise with your finger. Now it's shorter, so it's a little harder to do, but that's one good thing to do to practice. Now, it's time to get out your bow. Now, when you do get out your bow, hopefully the middle is almost touching the wood, the middle of the hair. Don't touch the hair, please, because that gets skin natural oils onto it and it doesn't play well. So keep that clean. It's okay to touch the stick anywhere, the stick part. It's okay to touch, this is called the frog, okay, and this is called the tip. The frog is okay to touch. The bottom of the frog is okay to touch. The screw at the end is okay to touch, and all of the wood. Okay? So when you take it out, it should be loose, and I wouldn't be able to fit my pinky in there at all. The light seems too bright to see. So I'm going to twist to the right, righty-tighty, 1, 2, 3. And now it has more room in there. I might do just one more. 4. So for this bow, I did 4. When I'm done practicing, I'm going to undo it 4 times and loosen it to put it away, because it should always be loose a little bit when you put it away. It damages the bow if it's tightened all the time. It will lose its tension on that wood. Okay, so now I would like you to please put maybe 3 fingers at the top, your pinky in the air, and your thumb underneath. And hold that. Now this is not how you hold a bow, but we're doing it upside down. And we're going to bow our arm. Okay? So, let's do the ABC song. Now we're going to start with the frog part, my hand almost touching my arm, so really close to my arm. And then on the first note, we're going to go all the way out. Okay? Now what's cool is if you can have your arm going, keeping your bow straight, and your elbow opens up when you come out. What you don't want to do is move your shoulder back and forth. Okay, that's not bowing, that's boxing. Okay, that's a cool sport, but not what we're doing. All right, ABCs. 1, 2, ready, go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. We're going to stop right there. Now, it's time to put your violin in rest position. By the way, violas, you have a different instrument than I do today. I'm playing violin. So when you play your thickest string, it's going to sound different than when I play my thickest string. Same with the next and the next and the next string. So even though your note will sound different, a little bit lower, that's okay. You're doing a good job. Playing position. Hold your bow upside down, like we just did on our arm, and try to play. Ew. You sound terrible. That's disgusting. Oh, turn it over? All right, try it. Try turning it over. And just see if you can play across the strings and see what happens. It's an experiment. If you play really hard and slowly, it squeaks. If you play very hard and fast, it's loud. If you play soft, like don't even put any weight on it, or soft and fast, all right. So you had your first experiment with actually playing the strings. Now I've got some homework for you. Are you ready, spaghetti? Let me tilt this down. We have 4 strings. The thickest string, and then they get skinnier and skinnier. Right now I'd like you to take 2 hands carefully and try to play the thickest string. Try to do it without touching the other string. Try to do it all the way across the bow. notice it's like it has an angle, a certain angle. This angle is like a plane in math, you know, like a plane. It's like, it could be an eternal line. It could keep going exactly that same angle for the rest of space. So let's try the next string. Now this is going to be a lot harder because if you go a little bit too steep, you'll hit the biggest string. If you go not steep enough, you'll hit the second skinniest string. So let's see if we can get that second thickest string. Now notice that one has the bow almost going straight across, almost level. That's cool. Let's try the next string. That was hard for me. And let's try the last string of all. Now notice that's tilted so steep it's almost touching this side of the violin. I don't want to touch it, but almost. All right. Now, pick up the violin with your left hand. Now I've got my fingers going around there. And I'm going to hold it up to my chest or so. Let me change the angle. Okay. Now, I'm going to hold my bow and try to open up my elbow and see if I can keep on each string by itself. Now I'll do the next string. Try it again and make sure your elbow opening up, not your shoulder. Okay. Oh no, Billy Joe. Let's get in playing. Now let's do rest position first. Playing position. I'll raise my camera up a little bit. All right. Now try to stay relaxed while you do this, but now you're going to try to open up your elbow, but it's going to be, instead of down, it's going to be going out away that way. Now you got to keep your wrists pretty loose so that you can keep your bow going perpendicular to the strings. That means like a plus sign to the strings. Okay? First, the lowest string, the thickest one. Ready? Go. Well, there's your homework. Try to practice that and see if you can get good at playing one string. Now, at first, it should sound really, 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 really terrible. You should have a lot of squeaky notes like this. Or like playing two strings at once. But after a while, you'll get better. And you'll be opening up that elbow. All right, good job, guys.